a lot of players go over the top, and but a good number of players fall backwards. And we fall into that category, right? We're a fall back. And what happens is you're able to fall back, reach out and hit that ball and have some success with that on some level, and then your mind says, okay, that's how we do it, that worked. But if that's only working, say, 10% of the time, and we want to work 50% of the time, that's not really going to get the job done, right? So we want to make sure that we get an idea of how we get forward. So for you, if we're falling in and trying to get our lower body to reach over, that's telling us that we're out of balance because our balance system's trying to kick us over. So we can use that as a clue that, hey, your mind's trying to tell you to go to the spot. Whenever your mind throws you somewhere, it's telling you, already be there, and then I won't throw you. Because we want to, in the end, stand up out of this shot. So how we did that was working with some small swings. We got a wedge. When we first just started, feeling little wedge shots, finding our balance, and standing up and noticing if the club, the hands went the same distance back and through. And could we just let go, and the natural swing of it brought you right back to the same spot. And that should be our first place we warm up, getting our feel with these little pitch shots and get our timing. That timing is going to be the same with every club. It's just getting a feel somewhere. Let's say I did a few of those, that one felt pretty good. Well, then we just start to slowly build out into little half swings, 3/4 swings as the beginning of our warm up. And once you get that feel, you can't forget it. And what does that feel? Right in the moment of release, we find balance and everything can fall into place. We can then get around to the front side. We're using the trail pivot on the takeaway, lead pivot on the finish, and the swing finishes. That's why it feels so good. And why it feels so bad when you're out of balance. So now we get up, start to do little half swings, and get our feel going, and then eventually hit a few of those, and hey, I'm cooking now. Once you hit that mode, let's say you're in a practice session, not a warm-up, you just kind of keep going through your set and plan the shot you're going to hit on the first tee and practice that a few times and go have some fun. We're going to practice, well now I'm going to work on my swing. We must be in sequence first. So that's what we just did with our first piece. This timing of stand. Now we're in sequence, now we can expand it out and we can work on our swing thoughts. What's something that gets me to flow from here to there? And today we worked on taking it back and feeling the toe and the heel. Right as we get to the top of our swing, that's when that pressure changes. And when we put the foot down, now we're ready to throw to first base. You see it adjusts us back to square so we can release down the line. So that was one perspective. And that worked pretty good in your practice swings, but trying to do that while you hit the ball was maybe a step too far. I was thinking a little too much. And so then we just said, hey, let's take that idea, but let's simplify it, and let's just feel like both feet squish into the ground. I feel like they Velcro, and we have just a little angle and just plant and stand. And for you, that made a lot of sense. And that was something that could be a swing thought, at least in our practice, that we can kind of feel that spot and then release from it. And then as time goes on, we're ultimately trying to get to where this is just so intuitive that we don't even think about it anymore. And that is the goal of every practice session. Can I hit one really intuitive shot? Boom, put that practice session away, you have a huge success. As Ben Hogan said, if he had 2 perfect shots in a round, it was a perfect round. And of course he would have taken his 55th shot, but said that was the greatest shot I ever hit. But it's all perspective, right? And if we get all the way to the top and have a little tiny swing thought or just intuitively hit that golf ball, we're gonna get really good. It all comes down to, were you in balance in that moment, or were adjustments going to jump in with our automatic systems of balance and fight or flight response system, right? And so when we see, it doesn't matter what club it is, as you notice, this fallback is what's happening to you. When it's off, it's this. And we start doing other kinds of shots and we can see it's the same thing. Every time it's always that. So first is this a recognition that that's the case. And then the calm and patience to go, come on, I can physically do this. My mind just wants to go back to this old pattern, so I need to fight that pattern until it gives up, and then it'll take this pattern on that's in sequence. And that's all it is. We just don't go far enough, long enough, and really consistently enough in close proximity. We don't give it misinformation. We just do go here, go here, go here. We do that enough times, and finally it goes, okay. And then now you're doing this, over here in sequence. And then the last bit for you was we were hanging back, so we did the very opposite. We know our legs are going to function automatically. They're overactive. So let's feel like they're quiet and it's all chest. But for somebody that's falling back, feeling all chest gets us the opposite thing. So now we have an idea of the chest. That would be terrible advice for somebody that was all like this and didn't use their lower body. We'd flip that instruction around because we're trying to get everybody back to that sequence too. So another perspective would be get my nose in front of the ball, not actually where I want it, but the feel of it gets you forward, and it's just a trick of your own mind to get you over there, and that's what the golfer can do. Play around with these little ideas to get you to do the move, and then just feel it. I'm here now. What does it feel like? That's the trick. Don't stay mechanical. Get to the spot and then feel.